So how was that for the rest starter?
Yeah, it's good to get the ball rolling. I mean, by no means did I expect perfect tennis, and I'm happy to get through. It was a difficult match against a fellow teammate, and first time we played each other, and it was good to get the win in straight sets.
You're very comfortable here, aren't you, playing here? You've had so many good results. So how much did that help you out there today?
Yeah, look, I've gotten now to a stage where ultimately I've learned to back myself, right? I think I'm at the stage now in my career that in a way the results speak for themselves, so I know what I'm capable of, and being kind of top 10 for a couple of years now, it gives me that confidence in myself that I can bring a certain level, and there are certain matches and moments that I can count on that. And look, I'm just looking to build on that. But over the years, New York has treated me very well, and I've played very well on these courts.
Did you get more just being able to, I suppose, the more slams you played, just how to work your way through the early part of the week, being a top 10 player and the expectations, just to have your arousal levels peaking and.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, for me, it's about. It's never going to be pretty. That's something I've taken for granted in the first week of a slam. But the goal is to, doesn't matter how, get yourself to the second week of the slam, and that's where you can end up starting to play for these events, and that's when the kind of, in a way, the business end of these tournaments get to. So for me at the moment, the sheer focus is just on every day. And as I said, my first round, had no idea who I was playing if I won. I got on the bike, and then my team told me my next round opponent, and that's going to be the same. We're going to keep this going, do my best to kind of stay present and keep taking it day by day.
Alex, I was talking to Alexei Popperin about sliding on a hard court. He gave me a pretty detailed analysis or technical talk about it. But for you, can you tell me how important it is for you on the court in terms of your efficiency and your movement? How necessary is it for you to be able to slide the way that you do out there?
Well, it's, in a way, last year, for a while, I wasn't able to slide. And even when I was playing this tournament last year, and to be honest, I just felt like a truck moving. I felt like I had no kind of, I couldn't get back to the next ball, right? For me, where sliding comes into play is I'm able to, retrieve the ball I'm trying to get to, but also it gives me a good enough setup and balance to push quickly onto the next ball, right? And not lose time having extra steps there, right? Which at times you can see on a grass court, if you're not comfortable sliding, that's what happens, right? When you get taken out wide, you'll hit your shot, and often you have 1-2 extra steps, and those extra steps are time that you're losing towards the next ball. So for me, sliding is efficient, is necessary, and we've seen it. We've seen how important it is in our game now that it's more physical than ever.
Double up here, but are you still wearing the same shoes that you designed at the start, like for the Aussie sort of summer? And then B, on Alexei, he plays Jannik next, and you've played both of them quite a bit. How does that match up? And it's New York, probably a Thursday night in New York. It's a big scene for an Aussie.
Well, it's probably going to be quite pointless for me to give him any pointers, right? I mean, I haven't had too much success against Jannik, but look, for me, I've always felt like Pop is, a big time player, right? A big match player, and he's enjoyed these big matches over the years. Last year, beat Novak in a night match was pretty special, and I would say it's the toughest task in tennis right now. But he's going to be able to go out there and have a swing, and he's dangerous because he's big. He's got big weapons. He can take the racket out of your hands, and hey, I'm sure he's going to do his best out there.
Alex, what do you consider to be, that you talked about the business end? When you say second week, are you thinking fourth round or quarterfinals? I've been listening to Maria Sharapova to Andy Roddick about this, and she always said quarterfinals to her was second week.
Well, it's changed over the years, right? And priorities and goals change. And when I first kind of started, it was, getting to the third round, right? That's when, if you're a seed between 26 and 32, that's normally when you get a top 8 seed, and it's a little bit more difficult. And then as you kind of progress, your ranking sort of protects you into the fourth round, et cetera, et cetera. And a big goal for me for a while now has been the slams. And I've been able to have that consistency, which has been great, and making the second week of slams. But ultimately, I want more. So, but at the same time, I know that I can't make quarters or break new barriers if I don't get to the second week. So, I start at that kind of second week, that fourth round, right? Because I have this little routine over the last couple of years, and it's kind of like. It's almost like a new tournament starts for me, right? For example, I'll shave, right? It just feels like a new week and something I do at the start of the tournament. So once I get to that kind of week 2, it feels like another new tournament, and I'll have like these little things that I'm tweaking. I'll be changing shoes. I'll have some different equipment, and it just feels like this is kind of now go time, and this is where I want to be.
Last question.
How are the conditions? How have you found them? Any different to last year? Because Jordan, I think Lloyd Harris was saying they found it a little bit slower. Maybe it's the balls, or what about you?
I think by far this is the easiest conditions to play in over the hard court swing. I mean, don't ask me why or how, but the balls have played completely different in every event of the lead up, and here it actually feels normal, right? It was kind of a lot of the players were scratching our heads because we don't understand how. We've played with this ball at the US Open, and we've never felt like, geez, it's uncontrollable or we can't feel the ball in the strings. And in the lead-up tournaments, you could have asked any player in the draw and they would have had these same feelings, right? So for me, it feels great to be here. It feels like comfortable conditions. It's obviously quick and skiddy, but I've always enjoyed it.
Sorry, what did your team tell you about the next opponent? How much do you know about him? Obviously come through qualies.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of him play. I've seen a couple of the Aussies play him. And yeah, ultimately he's playing with a lot of confidence, right? Getting through qualies, got a lot of matches under his belt. And I feel like he is not the biggest hitter out there, but has good timing, looks to come forward, and overall will be a tricky opponent. But for me, tomorrow it's all about cleaning up a couple of things and getting ready and confident for another tough match.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.